Hey, hey, what's good, what's good, family? What's good? Woo! How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's great. I'm feeling kind of good today, kind of good. Want to give a shout out to my peoples, everybody in the building. Salute, salute. Riri, my moderator. She's here, she's in the building. And I guess we're gonna get ahead. Peace, China Black, peace, Select Global, peace. I guess we're gonna go straight into it. No. First, I want to say, give condolences to Jesse Jackson's family. He passed away today, and I think we need to really look at his history and talk about it. We won't do it on this broadcast, but we will definitely go into it. A lot of people don't understand why he chose the word black, which we'll go into. We'll go into or African American. We'll go into that later on. But I just wanted to say, give my condolence to the family. To the family. So peace to everybody. Peace to everybody. Okay, so one thing that I want to go into is I just had did a show, a broadcast on Bad Bunny. And during that broadcast, I got a lot of comments telling me, what kind of genre of music that Bad Bunny was. They said it was reggaeton. Some people said it was the new hip hop. Some people said that it was trap. So, of course, I had to do a little bit of research my own and find out, exactly what it is, what genre they consider him. And when I say they, meaning Puerto Ricans, I guess Spanish people, if you want to call them. And one of the things that came to my research was that, yeah, let me bring that out. Bad Bunny is primarily a Latin trap and reggaeton artist who has become a global icon in musica urbana, known for blending genres. His music also incorporates elements of pop, rock, bachata, soul, punk. He is recognized for bringing Puerto Rican underground trap and reggaeton into the mainstream. Okay, that's what they consider the genre that Bad Bunny is in. So I thought about it. I really thought about it. And I was saying to myself, well, wait a minute, hold up. If this is the genre that he is considered, I didn't see anywhere in that that said hip hop. I didn't. And I want to know from my audience, what is that considered the trap when it says trap? So is trap hip hop? Is that going to be consumed as being hip hop? I don't know. I mean, maybe it's for the younger people to explain that to me because I don't know. I don't know. And one thing that I must make clear is the reason why I even brought it up at all was to say that, okay, so if they have this considered new genre of music and I guess style, because it's more than just the music, it's a style. And if that is the case, then I guess I would say that hip hop should be just ours. Like I don't see why we would have to even share hip hop, because and I mean, that's just me. I'm DJ Faze. I'm always going to be like that, I guess. And when I say share it, meaning the creation of it, not meaning that nobody else is supposed to listen to hip hop but us, because that's definitely not what I mean. And I hope my audience knows that that's not what I mean at all. What I mean is taking credit for it. Take we don't want to take credit for the genre that Bad Bunny has made. And I'm sure, to be honest with you, because hey, let me bring that up. I didn't think about it. There were a lot of Spanish people that said that they didn't even understand what he was speaking. So you have Spanish people who say they didn't even understand what he was singing. And that's difficult as an artist. That's difficult as an artist to go to your fans, your crowd, and say, well, we didn't even understand what you were saying, and we're Spanish. So I bring that up to say that hip hop, our hip hop, what we know is hip hop, is basically our culture. And that's why we have the channel, The Culture Since 71. So it's our culture. And I guess maybe people are not really grasping what the culture means, what it means. So for us, our culture means that something that is in our group, and something that we generation to generation bring about. So it was the different things that we do, the different sounds that are inside of us, the different ways of fashion, the different looks that we have, and that's a part of our traditions that are part of our culture. So if we decide to say, okay, we want to change it to this, then that's something that we can basically do because it's our culture. I gave an example the other day about breakdancing. Now, there was a part in what was it, Frank Lucas story. What was the name of that movie with Denzel Washington? I'll find out. You guys will tell me in a little while. But anyway, in that movie, he said to Nikki Barnes, he said, "You can't take my blue magic and cut it up 100 times, three, four, 5 times, and still call it blue magic." And that's what I believe happened to breakdancing. I think that our breakdancing, the creators, when we created breakdancing, it was one way. So you didn't need to change that. You might could add on to it, but you didn't change it, because once you change that formula, then it's no longer breakdancing. And I hope I'm getting across. Like I hope you're receiving this the way I mean it to be received. It's no longer breakdancing when we created it to go with the beat, and now someone comes in there and does flips and spins on their head and does a lot of different things, but the main part of it is to dance to the beat. So I told my videographer, that exact argument. And he said to me that, well, maybe we should just let them have the way that they do it, let them have that. And at first I was like, okay. But then I said, no, well, first I was like, no. And then, he was like talking to me. And then I said, well, I kind of see what you're talking about. But then I thought about it a little bit longer. And that movie came up to me. He said, if you take my blue magic and you throw 5, 10 cuts on it, then it's not blue magic. So why would you name it blue magic? And I think that's something that we need to really take a look at. So for us, our foundations and our culture, because I know I'm skipping to different things, but one of the things in the comments was told about somebody else was said that in the beginning, in the creation of hip hop, they weren't breaks. That another DJ came and started playing these breaks. And to me, that's just like the worst thing someone could tell me, because the records that were played, and especially my records, these records that I either gave to Mario or Mario let me put on the turntable, were records that had a break. And so when we were dancing to these records, it was to the break. And I just don't understand where it could have went wrong to say that, okay, well, you can basically dance. And don't get me wrong, please don't get me wrong. You can dance to the whole record. You can. You can. Don't say wrong. That don't get me wrong. But there's a certain way that you dance to that record until the break comes on. And then when that break comes on, that's the part that make us be break dancers. That's just a part. So let me show you some of the things, okay? So, you know, I don't know. I just sometimes I really stop to think, and I don't want everybody to think that I'm just totally against Puerto Ricans. I'm totally not. I really am not. I'm not. What I'm against is that if I'm a creator, if I'm one of the creators, and I'll never take credit for creating hip hop by myself. I'll never do that. But if I'm one of the creators and I know what was happening and I know what was there and I know what was played and I seen it and I did it, I danced and I played it, I can't allow someone to just come in and say, no, it was like this, and this is what we did, and we were right there with you, and we know. And then also when they say that Disco King Mario played disco music, and he didn't play, the breaks that Herc played the breaks and Bambaataa played the breaks. Before Herc, before Bambaataa, Mario was playing the breaks. And that's just point blank, period. There's like this record here, this album. Look at this album. You know, look at this album. Okay. So as I was telling you guys before, and you'll see in my book, that this record for me, created what we call breakdance. This record right here. And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people don't know that. It's in my book, and I'll break it down to how it started. But this record here was the record. I'm not even going to say one of the records. This record here was the record that created what we now know as breakdancing. It was this record right here. And a lot of people won't understand that. they just will not understand it. And to me, that's okay. It's okay that people don't understand it. It's okay. It's we didn't, even when it first came out, we just, this was it. And in my book, I will explain exactly. And if someone can date and go back further and can prove it, because see, I can prove this. This is something that I can prove. This is something that was saw, that it was cataloged in a sense in our memories, and this is something that definitely happened. So, a lot of people say that they created the breakdancing this way, and they went to this party and they did this or whatever. Well, if you can't bring it back to this record, I can't. I can't. But like I said, if someone can go back further than this with the style of breaking, then bring it. Bring it. And it's not that I want to challenge anybody, but I would like to see that. I would like to see how it happened, how it unfolded. And and like I said, my book is gonna show exactly how. Here's another record that was the start of breakdancing and what we know as hip hop. Now, these records were before 71, 72, 73. The census is that Herc's party was in 73 or 74. So Mario was playing these records. This is something that I know for a fact. And nobody can tell me, oh no, Phase, no, that he wasn't playing those records. Yeah, I know they were my records. So I know right off the back that he played them. There's nobody can tell me no, he didn't play this record. No, he didn't know. No, if you were there, then you would have heard this record. You would have heard this record, and you would have known back then that that's what it was. Like that's just what it was. But I'm gonna also show you something else. I'm gonna show you something that our culture brought about. And when I hear about the 50-50, then I would love to see, what their Jackson 5 would have been, what their, Silvers would have been, their James Brown, their Otis Redding, their just I would love to have seen what their version would have been. I would love to have really just seen, and I would have loved to seen like this commercial. I mean this cartoon. I would have loved to had seen that cartoon that would have gave them that that 50, or if you want to call it that part 50, or they were there. you know I would love to see that. And maybe I'm wrong for saying it and keep on bringing it up, but maybe if they show me something, then I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't bring it up to my people, because I'm talking to my people right now. I'm talking to my people, and my people are the ones that ask me questions. So I tell them, and so if someone asks me, were Puerto Ricans there when y'all created hip hop? I have to tell them no. I mean, I can't lie and say yes, they were there, because even till now, there's nobody has ever showed me anything that states or shows me that yes, Puerto Ricans brought this part of the culture, of their culture, into the creation. And until I see that, I mean, I don't know what else to do. Like, I really just don't know what else to do. And so that's something, and like I said, going back to Bad Bunny, I feel like if they're gonna take Bad Bunny and they bring him up in the mainstream, and they say that that he's this or whatever, then I think, and if you're not with me, then just let me know you're not with me. But I think that should be their range, their don't say 50-50 with us, or don't say that they were there with us. Go and say that you're with them. And also, you know my partner says that they can't do it, that I can't do it, but I need them to change the name. you know I really do. I really need them to change the name from breakdancing to whatever they want to call it, because they're not breakdancing. They're not. I have not seen not one of them breakdance. I just have not. Show me them breakdancing. Show me one of them breakdancing, and then I shut up. I stop. I will stop. If I see that, if I see them on the beat and everything, I will stop saying it, and I will give an apology. I will give an apology and says, well, yes, that's the exception. That's the exception. But I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that at all. Oh, this is another thing that I saw, and I said to myself, "Wow, you know, oh my goodness, this is something that I saw, and I realized that we back in the '60s and the '70s, we experienced so much and saw so much that we just I don't know, it's like a forgotten zone. It's a forgotten zone, and I don't want to be a part. I don't want for generations to come to look at hip hop and say, "Oh, hip hop was created by blacks and Puerto Ricans." That's what they're going to say. Blacks and Puerto Ricans. I don't want them to say that because that's not true. It's really not true. So I don't want them to say that. And I think that that's what is they're trying to do. They're trying to do, and my good friend Truth Savior, he did a video on jazz, and the guy that he was interviewing or saying was basically telling him that no, that we got jazz from them, and he was a pink guy. And I believe, and that's why I'm so against saying, let them have it. Let them have what? What are they having? They're not having breakdancing because they're not breakdancing. So if they were breakdancing, then it would be a different story. But there's three girls on the internet. There's three girls, and they dance to all different kind of records, James Brown, and these three girls, and they are more on to the beat than I've seen any of the so-called breakdancers. They are so on, these three young girls, and I wish I could show you them, but the copyright and all the music stuff, but I can't. But these three, if you go on the internet, you'll see these three girls, and these three girls that dance, they dance on the beat. Every motion that they do, every move that they do, is on beat, and that's the premise of breakdancing. You don't see them spinning on their head. You don't see them, just flipping around, flipping. You don't see them doing that. And that's a big, big part of breakdancing. So if someone comes along and flips on their head and does this and does that and does that, that's not breakdancing. It's not. And so, why do you get a chance to call it breakdancing when it's not breakdancing? Like, why do you get a chance to call it breakdancing? I think that there should be a way that we can stop that. Like, we can stop them from saying, "Okay, that's breakdancing." Maybe call it acrobat synonymous or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Like circus delay or whatever. I don't know. I don't have a name for it, but I believe that it shouldn't be called breakdancing if it's not breakdancing. It shouldn't be called blue magic if it's not blue magic. And I just, oh man, I know I go on and on and on about this, but it gets me, it really gets me, especially this is another part that gets me. Okay, so I talk about the creation, all right? And so I believe that the creation goes from 70 to maybe 73, 74, 73. I'm not going to include 74. So that's the creation, okay? So by the time 74, 75, 76 gets here, that's it's spreading. That's it going to different boroughs. That's it going to, well, at 73, 74, maybe it didn't go to many other boroughs, but I would say that's when it started spreading. By the time 76 and 77 got here, then within the boroughs, it began to spread. It really did. And so now, anything after 76, 77 is basically like, to me, it's the third generation. It's really like the third generation for me. I don't know about anybody else, but it's the third generation. And so when these people, and that's like about the time, 77 is about the time when flyers start coming out, and jams, people are starting to go to jams, and people to know that this DJ is going to be here, and this DJ is going to be here, and stuff, and these crews like somewhat are formed, and that's when it happened. So 77 to 80 is that period. So 80, 81, 82, that's when it's like mainstream. It's mainstream by then. So I don't really discuss that type of, I don't discuss that era in it, because to me, I'm at that age, at 80, 77 to 80, if you're a grown person, because you're grown at that time, from 70 to 80, you basically, coming into adulthood. And I just can't see, someone that age. Okay, let's break it down. Let's break it down. I think, and this is just my opinion, if you're 16 years old and you're getting on the floor and break dancing, you're not with the cool crowd. You're just not with the cool crowd, and I don't know how else to say it. I'm giving it to like 16, because for us 14, 15 is like, come on, you're gonna dirty up your clothes, you're gonna come on, and that's for us. So, and that's like I said, the creators. So I don't know. I just don't get it. For someone to hold on to this, and then this is my thing, that not only do they say that, okay, because now a lot of them are starting to say that they created, the hip hop started with them at that time. That's where it comes to. They say that it started with them at that time. So oh God, okay, I gotta go to some comments, and I gotta do some shout outs, because I'm not gonna get ahead. Okay, let's go. Woo, man, you guys have been going in there. Okay, all right. So peace, China Black. Peace, Select Global. I said first thing. Riri, peace. Love you. Everything is good. Okay. Mr. T says they have Latin trap. Okay. So yes, that's what I was finding out, that it's Latin trap. So, to me, I say, what is Latin trap? Is trap considered hip hop? I don't know. Maybe you got to look into that. Okay, Faze, the Spanish guy is trying to claim our music. Which Spanish guy? Don't know. Okay, Cold Negro. Yes, Southern hip hop. Cold Negro. Yes, Southern hip hop. What does that mean? Trap is Southern hip hop. Okay. All right. All right. Let me see. Okay. What they call trap was already done by Tila Rock Bass Machine in the 80s. Huh? I don't know. I remember when Tila Rock came, I remember that very well. I remember that very, very well. And I remember Jazzy, and I remember the when it first got on to the white label, and I remember the drum machine and the sampler. I remember all of that. And I didn't know, I don't think that trap is what the new trap is. The new trap was basically, well, what I've seen, new trap music is like from the trap house, which would be the drug spot. And see, that's another thing about lingo. We have a different type of lingo than anybody else. We have this lingo. And so from what I've seen, the new trap music is from these talking about drugs, talking about getting caught in the trap house, getting what all. I think that's what trap music is. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Cold Negro. The Black American sound is the foundation to all their music. They just add their flavor. Well, I don't think we really want their flavor, to be honest. Okay. What up, Marvin? What's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, Marvin says tether hop. Okay. Hey, Mr. T wants to know who is Tila Rock. He was one of the first ones. Tila Rock, It's Yours came out before I Need a Beat. And Jazzy J, of course, worked with Tila Rock. And that's who Tila Rock is. Okay. Hey Princess, what's going on? Princess says Prince Faye's trap music is within hip hop, mostly done by Southern rappers. And that's what I thought. That's what I thought. And I thought that it was about the trap house. I thought it was about the trap house. So I don't understand what Bad Bunny is related to the trap. Like maybe it is if because I don't understand the words of his songs, so maybe it is. Maybe he is talking about the trap. I don't know. You would have to ask someone Spanish, and let them tell us what it is because I just don't know. I really don't know. But good response. It's hard to like Puerto Ricans, even the cool ones, with the stealing they doing. Well, it's not hard. And see, this is where I have to say, you have to get the understanding with me. It's not hard to like them because, like I said before, oh man, I have basically they're like my family that are Puerto Rican. They're really like my family. Like used to go into their house. They could come to my house. You know, their family would look out, make sure if I came home from school and no one was, I could go down to their house and vice versa. They would never let me be hungry or anything. So that's what I don't understand is why people think that I'm just totally against Puerto Ricans. I'm not. What I'm totally against is someone gonna try to steal my creation. That goes for anything. If you try to steal my hat, if you try to steal, my phone, my anything, if you try to steal it from me, you're gonna have to deal with the fight. Like it's just gonna be a fight. Like I'm not just gonna give up something. And I feel like hip hop is a part of of our creation. So why should I just sit back and say, okay, yeah, kumbaya, you can have part of this creation. Now I'm not going to do that. And I think that's where the problem comes in, because so far we're seeing the main people that are trying to make this act of thievery is Puerto Ricans. American Gangster, that's the movie. Thank you, American Gangster. They should name their form of breakdancing to the Spinners. That is a good. Give that to them. Let them hear that. Because it's not breakdancing. It's spinners. I guess just like a spinning top. You do the spinning top. Remember those, the ones, because they used to have the ones with the string. You pull the string, and then they go. And so yeah, that would be. Hey, that's a good suggestion. That's a good suggestion. Marvin said that. Okay. The truth is the truth. Yes, 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 yes. The truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. And I don't understand why we're getting so much slack from telling the truth. Like I don't get it. Like just like this. I don't know. I'm not going to put them on the screen, but he says stop the cap. What cap? What does that mean? Like what are we saying that is wrong? Like they can't say anything to prove that it's wrong what I'm saying, but they could jump up and say stop the cap. So that person, please get him out of here. I'm tired of him. Okay. DJ Faze, what were your favorite records to mix at parties back in the day when rap blew up? Did you have a favorite rapper or DJ? I apologize for my behavior on your last live. I was not feeling good. Okay. I accept your apology. But yes, I did have a favorite mix. Um, People can say that it was done elsewhere, but I remember like tremendously how I did it and the reason why I chose those two records. There is a Latin part of group, like some of them are Latin, but the drummers and stuff like that are us. And I won't tell you the name of the song, but it goes, "Children growing with producer." Okay, so that record I used to mix with Apache. So children growing with producer. Boom, that could do that. Everybody gotta make it, and then boom, that to do that. So those were my two favorite ones. I'm not gonna give you the names of my favorite two records to mix in, but I'll give you that one to know that and we were doing. This is another thing. So a lot of people don't understand how I got Apache. So, well, that's in my book, but I'll just tell you this. I'll tell you this, that I was one of the first ones that had Apache. and it was on the Pride label, if I'm not mistaken, and it was a promo. Okay, so this promo came out before, and I still have the record. So in my book, I show the actual record and the date, and you can look on the black plastic part at the date and the time and whatever. And so I had Apache before the silver cover, the two with the bongos. I had this record, and so when it did was able to be out or whatever, um, that's when people started grabbing it, and it became the thing. So that's what it was for me. So that's what it is. Um, yes, 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 yes. This is exactly what that person is, and this is what happened. So I believe this is probably one of the same people that changes their names all the time. They change their names, and you have to think about it. Why would you have to change your name, number one? And why would you, if you believe that I didn't create anything or we didn't create anything, why are you here? Like, why are you in our videos? Why are you here? Like, can someone answer that? Can someone in my audience answer? Why would someone come where they're not wanted? We don't want this person here. We don't want him here. So why does he have to feel like they gotta come and they gotta be a part and they gotta say their parts? Why? Just yes, and they're telling them go home, like get out of here, just get out, just go, go. Okay, Funky Drummer, one of my faves. Yes, yes, mine too, mine too. What did the blacks create? I guess nothing, right? I don't even know why we don't have to like there's a reason why these people do this. It really is because they feel so, I guess, left out, and they feel like they have to be able. This is the only way they can be in a hip hop conversation is if they do stuff like that. They come here and they say you can't even pronounce hip hop, so how did you create it? Okay, look at that. Like, see, and it's like it's like why are they here? Like why? And this one says level 119 high waters and tropical colors don't create hip hop. Sammy, oh my goodness, oh my, it's I don't know. Okay, hey, here we go. Okay, now, Donna Black says, I have yet to see any PRs or Caribbeans say anything about Bam's post where he said the Bronx Dale was doing it in 1970 before Herc, specifically Mario Kuti Spades. Right, right, China Black. And they probably heard that and they probably seen that and everything. But my thing is this: if if we don't even like prove something, they will not be able to prove anything. Like they have no. We asked them to show us pictures of their fashion. Show us some of the things that they would have said on the microphone. Show us what music comes from their culture. Show us that. Show us that. And they can't do it. And I just, like I said, show us their Jackson 5, or show us their James Brown, or show us anything to let us know that that's what they did, and so it just, to me, it doesn't matter when they come on my live and they start saying things, it doesn't matter, because we're here and we already know what they're doing. We already know what their contribution it was. And that's what gets me in trouble, because I say there is no contribution, because if they can't break dance, and they can't dress, they can't talk on the mic, they can't dance. So what is their contribution? And that, and it goes, to be honest, it goes with the Jamaicans as well. The Jamaicans, they're, I don't know. It's just it's hard, man. It's so hard to not feel like Menudo. All right, oh God, like this guy is really like clowning. Like, I don't know. Randy Jackson started playing congos with the Jackson 5 in 1972 when he was 11 years old. That style was from the Black Power movement, not Afro-Cuban anything. Exactly. And in 1972, funk and soul were king. Like funk and soul in 1972 was king. So when we came up with hip hop, all right, we had the mixture of funk, soul, and so that's our contribution. Like we were not playing no dun, 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 dun. We weren't playing that. We were not playing that. And I already gave you they got on me about that. When I gave them, the song that we knew, there was Spanish that we knew, and because remember, we're kids. And the Spanish song that we knew was a cucaracha, a cucaracha. No, wait, I mean, right? So that was our Spanish song. And if you guys remember that, you could have sung it with me. Okay, 11, level 119. This is China Black. Sammy's mom was Cuban. He lied about her being PR because of the political state of the world at the time. He identified as Black American like his dad and his dad's family who raised him. See, well, that's a good point. That's a good point. And that China, you don't know, you just hit something in me with that. That is a very good point. And with that being said, remember, remember, in those days, they were ashamed to be Puerto Rican. And I told you the reason why, not only the political reason why, but what happened. First of all, and this goes with all of them. This is with all a lot of different uh, communities. Can I just say the They, in Puerto Rico, they thought that they were going to come to America and be considered pink. That's just look it up, look and see what they were talking about and how they were talking about it. And so they knew that if they got to America and they were accepted as pink, that the pink people, how the pink people treated us, freedmen, FBA. They saw how they treated us. And they knew that if they were going to be accepted by the pink people, that they had to treat us just as well. So when they got here, the pink people rejected them. They said, "We don't. You're not bringing no roaches and and switchblades and, and high waters over here. They're not. You're not bringing that here. You know that. No, y'all not down with us. We gonna put you over there with the niggas." Okay, that's what they said in their minds. That's what they were saying. So they got rejected. So now, once they got rejected over there, and then they're coming over here, then they wanted to say, most of them, especially when it's one or two of them, they wanted to say, "No, I black, I black, I black, I black, puppy, I black." And that's what it is. And so they tried to tease their hair, and they tried to assimilate with us, and a lot of them, they forgot their language and just started talking like us, and everything. And that's what happened. But then you had those ones that were rebel, and once they got together, then they started being like against us, like, oh no, like, and that's how the Black Space got started. But that's another story. So yes, that's what it is. Yes, China, you got that right. Okay. Mark Flanagan said, an old cigarette machine. Level R. Okay. Let's see what Paul Roberts says. Those knobs on the cigarette machines were hard to pull when we were young. Yes. That's why they made them like that, because we were not supposed to be able to get them out of the cigarette machine. Yeah, so that's definitely right. Okay. 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 I don't know if they got this stupid guy out, but he should be out of there. Oh yes, Princess. Okay, Faith, the three girls that dance are sisters. Their group is called Let It Happen. They are from the Netherlands. Yes. Young Black told me that too. He just told me that they were from the Netherlands, which I didn't even know. But yes, those three girls dance closer to breakdancing than any Puerto Rican I've ever saw. And that's just, y'all can get mad. I don't care. Those three girls, watch their videos and watch their steps and watch their moves. Their moves are more coordinated to the beat than any. I've never saw a Puerto Rican do like that. I've never, ever seen, and that's all Jamaican. I've never saw them do that. And that's just 100% real. That's me. If there's some, then bring it forth. But I'm just little DJ Face. So it's just, that's my opinion. And I can have my opinion. But yes, those go, okay, so Let It Happen. Okay, I'm gonna find out about them. I'm gonna find out about Let It Happen. Okay, so they're gonna be, and I will pay for them to come to my seventh annual tribute to Disco King Mario event this year. So I will take my money and pay for them to come and I'll put them on stage and I'll rock the beats for them and get them there. So thank you for giving me their name. I got to screenshot that. Hey, moderator, uh, please take that name. Matter of fact, let me go back to it. Okay, so take that name, let it happen, the three girls, and we're going to start working on that. We're going to start working on that. All right, Riri, you got it. You got that. Let it happen, Riri. Okay, so we're going to let it happen. Okay, China Black said, let's see you stop hating and stalking sad ass grown ups following people. Y'all just like, right. Right, right. Why? What if they don't like me so much, right? And they do, which I don't understand. They claim that they don't like me so much, but they're subscribed and they follow me and they watch everything that I do. What kind of sick individual would do that? They claim that they don't like me, but yet and still you see that they come on everything that I do. So Mark Flanagan says, Face, thank you for the creation. Yes, yeah, that's all I asked for. That's all I asked for, and you know it's much appreciated. It really is, and you know, like I said, and I tell you guys all the time that every little bit counts because just like I said, I'm getting ready to do the seventh annual tribute to Disco King Mario. I want to be able to give the family something. I want to be able to to give the community something. I want to be able to take this channel and build it. I don't know how many subscribers I have now, but I look at other channels and they have thousands of subscribers, and I, from what I'm hearing, you know, my channel is definitely bringing the truth, and nobody can dispute anything that I've said. Nobody can debunk anything that I've said. So I want to keep this channel going. I want to keep this channel being able visible to everybody so that they can watch it. I want to be able to show videos. I want to show pictures and all of that stuff. But all of that takes donations. All of that takes, you know, nobody promotes me. Nobody, I'm not monetized or anything. So your little twos and fews count. They really count, Mark Flanagan. So, like, you know, you got to look at our thing. Riri always puts it there with my Cash App or my PayPal. It's always running at the bottom of the screen. So just make a donation. If you really want to thank me, make a donation and let me at the end of this broadcast, let me look at my Cash App or let me look at my PayPal and see your thank you. Okay, Mark Flanagan, I hope you're still here. Okay, hey, first class citizen, what's going on? Okay. So Paul Roberts by 1985, that was the old money to the dust supplier dance. Oh goodness. Okay. Here, Mark Flanagan. Here, there we go. There we go, Mark Flanagan. Thank you, Riri. Thank you, Riri. Thank you. Okay. Um. Oh wow, Cologne trying to claim Dr. Columbus is trying to claim funk music jazz. Yeah, well, whatever. You know how we do. I don't care. So Columbus trying to claim funk and jazz is valid as him claiming that he ran the Zulus back in the day. You gotta love him. You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh. Oh my goodness, you gotta laugh. You gotta laugh. Okay, Riri, put put okay, Riri, let's do this. Let's throw up the thing again, the banner again, and let's see what China Black says. China Black says, I'm cool with some Puerto Ricans as well. The ones I deal with are a different breed from Columbus and the anti-Black Americans that be in these chats. Exactly. And so see, that's thank you, China. And let me go a little bit deeper in that. You have a lot of Puerto Ricans that are undercover KKK. Simple. They hate us. And not only do they hate us, but they want to act like we're brothers, we're brother and sister, where they want to act like that because they know that no matter who it is across the world, we're like gods. And that's just it. We're like gods. And so no matter what they do or how they try to be like us or whatever, they could never be us. And just that part of it alone makes them so angry. It makes them so angry. And I feel sorry for them. In reality, I feel sorry for them because imagine wanting idolizing somebody so bad that and know that you can't be them or you can't do like them, and then that idolization becomes a hate, and then it becomes like a stalking hate, like they stalk, they watch everything we do. Like I said, Dr. Columbus got his page known because he insulted me and he called me and said, mention my name. And so, of course, people looked at his page like, what is he talking about? What is he talking about phase? And so that's how he even got into this YouTube thing at all, because he had to mention my name. And so he watches it. He subscribed to my channel, and they all are. They're subscribed. They act like they don't want to know. I seen one of the podcasts the other day. I just got a name, Fat Joe and Jada, and I know for a fact that because he was one of the ones when Lord Jamar made the challenge and was going to have me and a couple of other people was gonna go on this cipher with all Busta Rhymes, Fat Joe, Flat, all of them that claim this thing was going to have a cipher to bring your proof, and Pete Rock and all of that. And he was one of the ones that act like Crazy Legs, act like he never saw this challenge. Now, this when Lord Jamar said it, right? He said it on. I was there, like he brought me on, and we made this challenge, and we gave these days times for these people to come and make a cipher, so we could air it out. You could tell us all the things that you guys brought to the creation of hip hop, and none of them did. But yet and still, I saw Fat Joe the other day. I ain't even gonna say whatever it was, but and I saw that and I said to myself, wow, man, they act like they so whatever, but yet and still they watching little old DJ Phase. They watching, this whatever, the no credit guy or whatever. They watching me. Why are you watching me? Why are you watching me? And I don't get it. Okay, Mr. T says, Mark, he's a liar. Okay, so I don't know who he's talking about, but okay, okay. Um, we're against tether robbery. Okay, your first guy said it. He's a snapper. I can tell he is a snapper. He is definitely a snapper. Okay, let me see. Now the Spinners are an R&B group. Let these dancers call themselves the Acrobats. Right, right, right. Why don't they just call their what they do acrobats? Like I don't get it. Like call their moves and everything acrobatics, and that's it. Why they gotta call it breakdancing? They're not breakdancing, so I don't get it. Okay. Um. I was just gonna say that you beat me to the punch. They are also one of my favorite groups with Philip Wynn. No, they can't have that name. So I tried to help them out, but they're not gonna let you have that name. So gotta pick another one from there. Oh gosh. Okay, here, let's say. I haven't seen this person before. T.I. and Gucci Mane started trap music. I wouldn't doubt it. I really wouldn't doubt it. Because if you think about it, you know, um, I don't want to say it's an add-on. I don't want to say it's an add-on, but at the least, you know, they're not saying that it came from a culture that wasn't already, because no matter how you slice it, no matter how you slice it, we would sell drugs. We would do that. We would do drugs. We would do that. We were always known for fighting and all kinds of stuff that attribute to what the trap is. So I wouldn't say that it wasn't an add-on to hip hop, but what I could say that it's not anything that we had in mind when we created hip hop, trap music. We didn't have none of that in mind. And there's still some hip hop today that is in the realm of how it was created. Okay. Oh wow, promo of Apache. Yes. Yes. Yes, Mark. And I still have it. I still have it, and it's clean. It's the well, it's in my book, so you got to get my book so I can show you what the actual cover is and how it was before it was the silver one with the bongos. So yes, I have that, and I will show that. Oh wow, time is going so fast, but okay. I'll stay for a little bit longer. There's seriously something wrong with people who hate Black Americans always in our spaces. We literally do not think about other people like they do us. And that's true. That is so true, China. That is so true. What makes them, if they hate us so bad, if they hate us so bad, what attracts them to us? Can someone please answer that? Please. I'm really looking in my comments right now for them to please, somebody to please answer that. Please answer and show me, if they hate us so bad, if they hate us so much, why are they here? Why are they listening? Why are they watching? Why are they doing that? Please put it in the comments. Riri, please let them know to put that in the comments, because it doesn't make sense. They hate us so much. They hate us so much. What is the entrance? What is the attraction that they have for us? We don't go to them. We don't I honestly, after I saw, with Dr. Columbus and all those other ones that did, that was it. Somebody had to send me those things because I wasn't interested in nothing that they do. Nothing. I would not even dilute my mental brain Rolodex with anything from, because I don't want nothing to do. I don't see anything that I would want from these people. So it's oh my goodness. Okay, if blacks created a lot, if I may, blacks created a lot. Facts. Well, one thing. Okay, that's another story. But if that's what you want to call them, then yes, we created so much, and that's what I don't understand. Why do they hate? It's a colonial. Oh, hey, yes, it's a colonizing behavior. Yes, okay. They have no receipts for none of their timelines of the co-creation of hip hop, none whatsoever, but some doctored flyer. Right. And it's not even a doctored flyer. It's just 100% fake. It ain't even doctored. It's just fake. Okay. Hey, I haven't seen this guy. Let's see who this guy is. It says, how Jamaicans create hip hop. Nobody was listening to no Jamaicans in Black America, and which is so true. So we know that in 1970 and 1971, none of us were listening to Jamaican music. None of us were listening to Spanish music. None of us, the ones that created hip hop, we were not listening to neither one of those genres of music. We were not listening. We were not dressing like them. We were trying out, we would never talk like them. We would never talk like them. We would not dress like them. We would definitely wasn't listening to their music. So what part of their culture did we do? What part did we do? I'm just waiting. I'll be waiting forever. Okay, so that seems like it's about it. That's about it. My time is up. My time is up. My time is up. Let me put that. Oh, wow. Okay, I gotta put this one up. And I can't wait to show him this. There you go. Why young Black Jack look Dominican, dude? Is he Latino ancestors? Wow. They said young Black Jack looks Dominican. Whoa, I can't wait to. Who is that? The Entourage Effect. Okay, I'm gonna tell him Entourage Effect. Faze, you're the only one who keeps Mario's name alive. Why? Thank you. Why? Thank you. And the reason why I do is because Mario taught me how to be an entertainer and how to DJ. If you get my book, you'll see what I was doing before Mario showed me a new technique. And so, no matter what, no matter who says anything, I will rep Mario till I die. because no matter, I knew him. I knew him since I was a kid. I knew Mario. I knew how he taught. I know what he would say. He knew me. He took me under his wing. He showed me, because like I said, it's a different kind of entertainer from the South, because you have to remember and know this. This is in my book as well. Down South did not have the amount of clubs and didn't have the amount of air time and play and fashion and stuff. They didn't. So when they were into music, that's one of the only things that they really can say to claim that they had. And so their love for music, good music, when they brought that, that part of it, it was just a different thing. It was just a different thing. Yes, yes, there's like I said before, okay, down south in those days, the 60s and the 70s, and way before that, their shacks, their backyard barns, their juke joints were concentrated on us. So if you really want to know, no other people could come into those juke joints. None. If they didn't know where you from, how you, that's just like the mob. If they can't track you back to that the South or whatever, or that family or one of those families, you wasn't getting in the juke joint. And that's it. Point blank, period. And so that's our parents, and that's where they came from. So when I started talking about Mario and bringing up Mario, and Princess walked right by, because now you got to remember, I didn't know that that was Princess, because when I saw Princess, she was a little girl, like a little girl. And now this young lady come past right in front of the interview, and she didn't even know that we were standing. I was standing there talking about her father, and she walked right by. And so we looked at the film, we watching everything, and then we found out that that was Mario's daughter. Oh my God, it was something. And this is like one of the first videos that I did, and Mina, Princess, I call her Princess because she's the princess. And she walked right by as we're filming. And it was funny to me. I laughed so hard, and she knows I laughed because I said, "You just go, whoa," right in front of us filming, and she did. She walked right in front. Princess, no, you princess, you know I'm telling the truth. You're telling the truth, and so she walked right in front of the video. And I'm glad we still have that video of her walking by like that. But that's what I'm saying. That it has to be family like. It has to be, with like family, and that's the whole structure of what we do, and that's basically it. So for someone to just come and try to claim our our creation, No, and for them to say just like right now, and Princess will tell you that someone, I'm not gonna say no names, someone was not even nowhere near Mario from, let's say, the 60s to 80, was nowhere near Mario. So they don't know what Mario was doing, they don't know nothing. But yet and still they're gonna claim to say that they own Mario's name. They're going to claim to say that they're the first one to do an event for Mario. So were they there at the when Mario rocked in 70? Was there 71, 72, 73, 74? Was he there when I did a tribute while Mario was alive? Was alive? In my book, I'll tell you the real deal of when the ending time of Mario. Okay, I'll tell you the real deal. It's in my book. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna rep, you know, Mario to forever. And it's so crazy that before I started talking about Mario, nobody was really talking about Mario. Nobody. And even the part where, the events happened, still people didn't know Mario. People didn't know, people from Australia, from China, from Africa, from Italy, from Europe, all of these places thank me and saying, wow, they didn't know about Mario until they heard me say it. Wow. They didn't know about the creation of hip hop until I brought it out. Wow. They didn't know what the difference between Disco King Mario and Mario was. They didn't know what Disco King meant. They didn't know. And so during the years, I'm explaining it to people and telling it to people, and that's what they come to find out. And so that's why they call me when and this was so good to me. When I did the first tribute to Mario, from the seven. When I did it, uh, OGs were coming to me. My OG, Black Willie, and rest his soul, and Reggie Malcolm, rest his soul, and Blood, and Khalif, and they told me, they said, "Oh well, I guess that's little Mario," because I did it. I did it. My sound system, they heard it in Monroe. They heard it in Portchester. They heard it in Sam. They heard in the port, and that's what Mario used to do. Mario used to set up the equipment, and people would come from all over because they heard no flyer, no flyer, no flyer. They heard the music in the park and they came. So that's what I got from Mario. That the playing the things, the records, that's what I got from Mario. The talking on the mic, that's what I got from Mario. Understand? And so that's why it's just even hard to explain, but that's why I rep Mario so hard, so hard. Okay. Paul Roberts, 100% the first Puerto Ricans who came to New York were the upper class, white looking ones because airplanes were for the rich until the Boeing jet came out in the early 1960s. They were trying to blend in with white. Yes. Yes, Paul Roberts. Yes. Yes. And the pink people rejected them and put them with us. So they shouldn't be mad at us. They should be mad at the pink people. But it so happens that they're mad at us because with the mentality that they came here with was that they were gonna be pink. And the pink were gonna accept them. So if the pink accepted them, then they had to be against us. And so that's the mentality that came with it. They came with them, and you can see right even now. You can see that just like with Africans. You can get mad with me all you want to. Africans don't like us. They think they're the first one to tell you that we're no good. We're thieves. We're lazy. We're this. We're that. Because they want to assimilate with they want the pink people status. And that's it. Okay, wait a minute. Y'all were supposed to stop. Um, y'all were supposed to stop. Y'all was supposed to stop, but y'all keep on going. Y'all keep on going. Okay, right. Thank you, Riri. Thank you. Thank you, Riri. Thank you, Riri. Now, this so I can stay for. Thank you, Riri. Riri says, hey, family, why do they hate us? To me, it's because they want to be us. Can anybody top that? Can anybody top that comment? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think anybody can top that comment. Okay. I just don't believe it. Okay. They want to be us. That's why they're here. That's why they're watching our things. They want to be us. And that's why they're here. That's why they're watching. That's why everything we do, they hate us so much, but they're watching. They hate us and envy us every day. People make videos about us while we are minding our own business. And isn't that sick? We don't mention them, we don't call for them, we damn sure ain't gonna go nowhere where we're not wanted. If somebody don't want you, okay. Oh my goodness. They always wanted to be us. We are the most intimidated people on the planet. On the planet. And Riri, next week, and I'm telling y'all guys now, I'm going on every single day next week. And I'm going to talk about our creations the whole week. Okay, we're going to end out Black, this our supposed to be Black Celebration Month. So I'm going to end it out every day talking about our creations, and I'm going to bring it. I'm going to bring it. I'm going to bring it. Okay. All right. So that's it. I know I kept on saying that that's it. Please throw that up again for us to see. Princess is still here. And Princess says, facts, Maze. That was so crazy. Right behind 1085 Beach Avenue. Yes. Yes, Princess. Okay. I had to tell it. I had to tell it, Princess. And let them know, Princess, that that's 100% of what happened. And we would when I'm sure when she saw the video and saw that we were talking about Mario, it was like it was something else, it was so crazy. But yes, Princess, yes, I love you. You know I love you so much. All right. Okay. Uh, can we hear you DJing on here? No, because they won't allow it. They won't allow it. They won't allow it. But anyway, okay, so listen, guys. Listen. When I get off of here, you guys know what happens. You know what happens when I don't come on for a couple of weeks or whatever. It's because I did a show like this and I went to my Cash App, and sometimes there's nothing there. Like, watch the whole almost 2 hour show, and nobody said, oh man, FaZe is really bringing up some issues and showing us a lot and everything. Here, let me put something in his Cash App. Let me put something in his PayPal. And when that doesn't happen, Riri will tell you that I'm like, okay, look, I'm not going on. I'm not going to go on. And I took a long hiatus, a long hiatus. I wasn't on here for a long time because I really got, when I do my tribute, I take my own money. I've spent 10,000, 12,000. The highest I've ever spent was maybe about like $14,000 to put on an event out of my own money. My own money. Everybody says, oh, they're going to tribute. They're going to do it. Yes. Now, I do have some people that's on this channel right now that's here that contribute, and they say, hey, listen, FaZe, we love you, and this is it. And those are diehard people that are with me, and those are diehard people that is going to get to receive the book without paying for it, because I guarantee you, I'm telling you guys this now, my book is going to be a collector's item. I guarantee it. There's not going to be not one line in that book that could be debunked. It's all straight up what it was in the creation. Straight up. So these people that are supporting and sticking with me, those are the ones that are going to have that book in their possession. Okay, so there's no telling how much the book will end up costing. Okay, because this is the creation of hip hop. And what better way to tell it than one of the people that created? Simple. We got a lot of people that say they created hip hop and they did this, but they can't show you how it was done. Their timeline has nothing to do with the creation of hip hop, and their contribution to hip hop is non and void. You know, but everything that I say, I can produce, I can show. I have people. We have videos with Black Willie. We have videos with Fat Mike. We have videos with Reggie Malcolm. We have videos of these people telling and saying exactly what happened. It was so crazy. Uh, and Riri can attest to this too for one of them. But it was so crazy for when I hadn't seen Fat Mike in years. Once I left Bronxdale, I kind of, disappeared for a while. I went to school. I did a lot of things, and went all around the world. And so, my videographer was telling uh, Mike about Fat Mike about Phase and saying what Phase did, and Fat Mike was like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know this phase that you're talking about. I don't know this phase that you're talking about. And he kept on saying this and everything. And then so we had to do something with him. And I got out of the car and he was looking at me, just looking at me, looking at me. And he said, what's up with everything? And then I said, you don't remember who I am? And he was like, your face looks so familiar. Like I said, I'm Booby. Fat Mike, tears just came out of his eyes. Like he just couldn't believe it. And he was like, Booby, you didn't tell me it was Booby. This is Booby. Oh my God, Booby. He said, you got Booby. And he kept on saying my name and he was crying and everything, and that's a fact. That's a fact. That's like, that's a fact. And Fat Mike was there. Black Willie was there, and we have him on video saying yes. Yes, he used to take me to AJ Lester. Yes, he used to take me to British Walker. Yes, he used to drive. Yes. Yes, I used to give him money to get me something from AJ Lester or something. Yes. Yes. And so this is something that is 100% real. Like nobody can come and say that that's not real, that that's not what I didn't even have to open my mouth and say anything. All I did, they know, okay, that's Booby, and that's it. So it's really, the book and these videos and lives that I do is coming straight from the heart, and it's coming straight from what I witnessed and I was there. So I'm not going to tell you about, something that I don't know or I heard from the grapevine or anything. I'm telling you my accounts and my events that I was there. And a lot of these so-called creators that say these documents are everything, they have nothing to do with the creation of hip hop. So I'm ending it with that. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back. I hope I talked about Bad Bunny enough. And when I say talk about, but I just wanted to say that I wanted to find out this style of music that he is. And so from what I'm hearing, it's they saying trap, Spanish trap music, and they're saying reggaeton. And so that should be enough for them to say that's where it came, that their culture is what brought that about, you know. And so if that's what their culture brought about, then they should really rename what they're doing as far as trying to break dance and leave hip hop to us. Let us, you know, be the creators and founders of of what we have and what we created, and that's it. So I'll definitely leave that on the stage for a while, and I'm gonna look right now, and I'm gonna look in the Cash App, and I'm gonna look into the PayPal, and I'm gonna see what it do, because that right there is gonna tell me if I'm coming back. Peace and love. I love you guys. I love you guys, and that I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Okay? Peace.